Good afternoon, everybody. Joined now by the head coach of the Dubuque Fighting Saints, Kirk MacDonald. He's in his second year with the Fighting Saints and another edition of USHL In Focus. Happy to have Kirk here today. How are things gone down in Dubuque, Kirk?
Very good. Appreciate you having me on. Just finished practice, so um, perfect timing.
I mentioned you're in your second year with the Fighting Saints. You played your college hockey at RPI, played in the pro ranks for quite a lengthy time before getting into the coaching ranks, and then spent 8 years with Reading Royals in the ECHL before jumping on board with Dubuque. Let's talk a little bit about the transition between coaching and pro hockey to junior hockey. It appears to me that this foray for you into the USHL is your first time around coaching the junior ranks. How is the transition for you? What's the biggest difference between coaching in the pro ranks and now that you're in junior hockey, Kirk?
Um, one of the best is that we've got the roster's pretty stable for most of the year. A few moving parts here and there, but a lot of the movement happens in the off season, and you're not worried about losing guys to call ups mid season like you are in the minors, which is great. And again, on top of that, I think the ability or the chance to get to work with guys for 1 year, two, potentially three, where you see the progress and development is has been awesome. It's definitely different where the guy gets get off to a good start in the ECHL. He's gone to the American League, you'll never see him again, right? Where here you really see the progress from guys from the start of the year to the second half towards the end of the year, from year one to year two. Like it's awesome to see that, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, your first year last year was a good one. You finished fifth. Your squad had a 32-24-5-1 record in the league and fifth in the Eastern Conference. But this year it's been a little bit different. You're off to a great start. You stand atop the Eastern Conference standings, 13-2, 1-2, and your offense uh, has been off the charts, over 5 goals a game so far. What's been the key for Dubuque getting off to such a great start, Kirk?
Well, number one, you need good players. The lineups, but the guys have been great. It's a talented group, but I think on top of that, they work really hard. Um, we kind of from day one at training camp, I thought our returning players have done a great job of setting the standard of how we want to do things every day and how hard we want to practice, and it's really bled over into games. The way the guys work, like, yeah, we've got a talented group. For sure, but I think our talent works really hard and competes really hard, and it's given us the opportunity to score in a lot of different ways. Obviously the power play's been off to a great start, and for the first third of the season, we've even gotten contributions from some couple shorties here and there, and we found ways to score a lot of different ways 5-on-5, which is again now I think made it hard on other teams, and then you're starting to wear teams down, and then all of a sudden, the dam breaks as the game goes on. And again, it's a credit to the guys. The way they show up every day and work has led to our success, every weekend.
Yeah, offensively, it's easy to point toward the top of the USHL scoring charts, where your centerman Eric Paulson rests the top scoring player in the league. But you've got 10 players in double digits in scoring, so it just hasn't been a one or two players. It's really been a group effort, it appears, in order to be able to have that kind of success offensively.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think at one point in the last week or two, we've had 5 guys in the top 20 in scoring. 5 of our D were in the top 20 for D-man scoring in the league. So definitely getting contributions up and down the lineup. I think, you mentioned EP. He's done a great job. I think the points are again a byproduct of how he plays. He's a 200-foot player. He's a guy who's taking important faceoffs for us. One of our best penalty killers, obviously contributing on the power play. He had two huge goal for us Friday night in Waterloo when we spot him a 3-goal lead, and he scores a shorty for us, and then he gets the 4th goal of the game, right? So again, I think, like I said, I think Chase LaPinta he was leading the league in scoring before he got injured a month ago. So again, I think right now the contributions from our top 6 have been outstanding, and then it's allowed kind of more of our depth role to contribute offensively as well, because we can just roll 4 lines.
Yeah, we'd be remiss not to mention a couple other players, and Jake Sondriel, your captain, and James Reeder, a couple second-year players right there, who've really been keys for you offensively.
Yeah, you know, like again, Sandy's done a great job as captain this year, led by example. He set a great standard off the ice as well, and obviously Reeder's wearing a letter also, and their line mates. I think they've basically been line mates since probably November this time last year, and they play so well together. The way they play, the way they think the game. Again, I would say Sandy, Reeder, and Eric, they produce offensively, but again, they're probably our three best 200-foot players where they're on the ice last minute of the game, whether we're up or we're down. And I think the way they play has contributed to why they've had so much success offensively, and they're great teammates, great people again. So you're happy to see the success they've had because quite frankly, they've earned it.
I just want to circle back real quick on Eric Paulson. You touched a little bit on the contributions he's made to the team, but he's a first-year player in the USHL. Kirk, did you know what kind of player you had before he joined the Fighting Saints back in fall camp?
The great thing now is you kind of get you can watch video of everybody no matter where they've played, and was able to watch some of his national team stuff from Sweden from the previous spring, and then their international tournament in August. And do you ever expect a guy to lead the league in scoring? Probably not, but I think a lot of the stuff he does we were excited about. Like, he was a center that was always around the puck when you watched him playing for the national team in the D zone offensively. He was in the right spots all the time. He was hard on pucks. He competed well. He looked great on the power play for them. So, you were optimistic that he was going to come in, and you kind of expected to come in and provide top six offense. Did we think he was going to lead the league in scoring at basically the first third of the season? Probably not. I don't think you're ever sitting there saying this guy, if for any player, expect him to do that. But, we did expect him to produce at a high level, and we say he's exceeded expectations, probably a little bit, but at the same time, he's contributing in ways that we did expect. And like they said, like the way he plays, that the points are just a byproduct.
Yeah. You mentioned your defensive core a little bit there, but taking a look at the roster makeup of the Blue Liners, Kirk, and the depth that you have there, it's a nice mix of a couple things. But experience-wise, you throw in a first-year player and Juna Väisänen, but everybody else is at least second or third-year player for you, and it appears to me that that's another one of the great things you have going with your roster makeup.
Yeah, like obviously a D core is definitely. It's like, I think you look at any team, whether you look at Vegas or Colorado, Tampa, that have won the Stanley Cup at the NHL level. You can look at goaltending, depth on D, and at center. And again, we just talked about EP, Reeder, Sandy, all guys that have played center for us this year. And then our D core, like Jonas, again, a first-year guy at the USHL level, but national team player in Finland. Fisher Scott's a returner. Lucas, St. Louis, Callum Dick, Seamus obviously came back from Boston College. Jaden Jubinbell, all guys that bring a ton of experience and skill to our lineup. And then our rookies, Luke Melbuff and Matthew Desiderio, like, they've done a great job as well, contributing when they're in the lineup. And you can really throw any of our guys over the boards at any time, and you're going to feel comfortable. They're probably, all three pairs are at worst top four on any other team in the league, right? So you're feeling really comfortable where they're at, and we basically have 3 D pairs that we can roll over the boards and go. And it's exciting. I think it allows, one, it gives you the depth, when guys get banged up, but it kind of, you don't have to lean on guys maybe 30 minutes a night like you might sometimes on certain teams, where you got to get a certain guy out there all the time. And it's a long season, and when you can kind of spread ice time around because you have so many good D-men, like again, like it's like the snowball rolling downhill. It kind of builds on itself, and everybody kind of gets confidence, and they get rolling, and we can wear teams down. And then again, you're able to create more offense.
And then we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Kevin Riedler in the season that he's had, another first-year player for you who's been a workhorse for you between the pipes.
Yeah, been great. Again, another first-year guy, but he's played at a high level overseas, and NHL draft pick. He's done a great job coming in and asserting himself. He's probably, quite frankly, the way we play, his numbers aren't indicative of how well he's played. Honestly, they probably should be better, but we have our moments where we get into track meets and he's got to make big saves. So, and again, like he makes the big save when you need him to make it, and really the only thing he's worried about is whether we win or we lose. And he, when we need a save, we get one. And Friday night in Waterloo was a great example. Like we didn't start well, left them out to dry early and we're down 3-0. But in the second period, Waterloo was pushing and he made a couple incredible saves to keep the game close when we clawed our way back into it and allowed us to get the game winner late. So again, great job by him. And he, the way he approaches the game is like a pro, and just he's a very calming presence out there.
We're just past the quarter pole in the league regular season. It's amazing how quickly things go. It seems like just yesterday we were in Pittsburgh with the start of the Fall Classic. Kirk, in 16 games here. It's Thanksgiving week for you and your club and everybody else in the league, and you guys have a home and home matchup with one of the hottest teams in the league with Des Moines. So looking forward to following along here with the Fighting Saints the rest of the way, and hopefully we have a chance to talk again. But all the best here this Thanksgiving weekend to you and your crew.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Thanks, Kirk. Good luck.